Having a performance anxiety problem? No problem. Let's work on it. I'm your performance augmenter, Group Captain Ranjit Isaac, an Indian Air Force veteran, and on a mission to empower young professionals like you to take flight and reach the skies. Come, let me ask you a question. How did you feel when your professor had asked you to walk up to the board and solve a problem in front of the class? Uncomfortable. I'm sure that will be an understatement. Your heart starts beating faster, and you would have felt your mouth going dry, and you start having a funny feeling in the stomach, which is also called butterflies. I'm sure all of us have experienced this, right? I have this additional problem of sweating excessively. This feeling of nervousness, which manifests as the above symptoms, happens due to a combination of psychological and physiological factors and is called performance anxiety. The self-limiting behavior is basically because of fear. The fear of making mistakes, the fear of being judged, the fear of not meeting expectations, the fear of being labeled foolish, and many more such fears. Do you remember Suresh in the last episode? While waiting in front of the auditorium, was having butterflies running riots in his stomach? He was having the very same thoughts going on in his mind. He too was suffering from performance anxiety. I'm sure we all have been in this position. But then the choices we make decides the outcome of that situation and our future. Let's look at Suresh's case. The opportunity that knocked at his door was the chance to learn playing the jazz drums and play for the college band. That means he has to move out of his comfort zone, try something he has never done, and gain the acceptance of the group. But then his overall condition was making his inner voice say lines like, "The group will laugh at your skill. You do not have the needed skill to play the drums. Do you want to let the world know that you can't play the drums? You're not good enough to play in the college music group. You will be laughed by the others when the college group rejects you." Focus on the lines of the inner voice. They all convey fear that Suresh was having. That is, false evidence appearing real, which happens to be a widely used acronym for fear. Look at those lines again. Is there any fact in the lines being pushed into Suresh's head? Of course not. They are all khayali pulaus to incapacitate Suresh and prevent him from trying to develop a new facet. Yes, there is a possibility that when he tries his hand on the jazz for the first time, he may not ace it. Yes, he can fail too, but that's not the end. He sure can learn by the effort, that is, by practice. Remember Rashid, the college drummer? He did not come out of his mother's womb drumming away with drumsticks in his hand. He too would have learnt it from someone, somewhere down the line, right? That brings me back to my favorite line. Your skill is equal to your effort multiplied by a factor called talent. And the talent factor can never be zero. It only varies from person to person on a scale of 1 to 10. Now let's go back to Suresh as he stands in front of the music room. He had the very same lines going on in his mind. He now had three choices. He had to make one hard choice out of them. The choices were: run away, let Usha think you did not show up, create excuse, tell the group you don't have it in you, and retreat. And the third is do it. That is, attempt it and face the outcome. Suresh had to take a call now. The easiest way was the first one, to run away from the scene. That sure would have scarred Suresh. He would have been labeled by himself subconsciously as a coward. The second case, Suresh could have made apologies by making flimsy and stupid excuses, thus further lowering his self-confidence. And in the third case, he takes on the challenge head on. Of course, the third is the most difficult one. But this third choice is the only option that can change his present position and help him transform and grow. Friends, most of the times we find making this third choice most difficult. We cowardly resort to the easier first or second choice, as the third choice brings in uncertainty and can produce extreme outcomes. And we are apprehensive of facing it. In Suresh's case, remember, the positive reinforcements from Usha and Vijay had helped him overcome most of the negative self-talk. It gave him the courage to take the third and difficult choice. He stood his ground and was ready to face the situation. Friends, as I leave you now, I want you to introspect and find the kind of self-talk you're subjecting yourself to. Is it telling you you can? Or is it telling you you can't? If it is telling you you can't, then pause. List your fears. That is, false evidence appearing real. Rationalize each of them. Find what you will gain and the effort needed for it. Once you have done this, you will deliver performance beyond expectation. In the next episode, we will further work on the process to overcome performance anxiety. Bye. Until then, Jai Hind.